No moving until I say go. Devon, you got one foul.
The press. This
Close
is
your
the
hands.
story. It's about to unfold. Ladies and gentlemen, and away we go. The king of the table is on, and Devon Larratt has held centre, and from there he will start to climb, start to bounce.
Got a runner over here.
Ominous signs for Munster Michael Todd early. Ominous signs for Todd early. Now, Michael Todd
back to center, push this to center.
and then some.
Close your hands. Go!
Into Michael's hand. There's a big drive. Better from Todd. That's much better from Todd. But Devon has held centre. And he's still in this match. He'll continue to work that bounce and then look for the climb. Separation. Great drive. Great drive from... That's excellent from Larratt. And Larratt is keeping his wrist also. Todd is in difficulty here. Real difficulty. Because now Devon Larratt is not bleeding at the same rate as Michael Todd. Not even close. And all the time he's chipping away at the confidence, and he's going to finish this match.
Look at the confidence there.
What superhuman in that first start.
Close your hands.
Michael Todd, how bad do you want this? Big drive. Running foul for Michael. That's not good at all. And Devon is still in a good position. Now Devon, interestingly, actually tried to close the gap a little there. And he's working hard on those lower fingers. That gives Mike the opportunity to make him bleed.
He's so weak, he's so weak.
Devon Larratt. Wow!
Close your hands. Go!
Yeah, that's it.
Big drive. Ooh.
He went for the drive there and it didn't.
Dramatic drive from Michael, brave attempt. But the downside for Michael is that he couldn't. Oh, and he's conceded that one. He's not. He's not winning via King's moving. He's not winning. He's winning on orthodox arm wrestling. And he look at the integrity of the man's hand and wrist.
Just looks.
It's not sacrificed in any way. He's completely dominating the match there. He's brave enough to hold on to Michael there, and he's not concerned about his wrist and hand being sacrificed. Michael Todd doesn't appear to have anywhere else to go, and at this point he hasn't got the strap. Now Devon, still dominant, but he's waiting for a little gap. He's waiting for Michael's hand to open, at which point he could reverse the match. Right now he can't feel it. Now he's starting to apply. Potentially we could end up in a scrap here. There's the pin.
That's the pin?
Yes, that's a pin. Yeah, that
Wow.
Close your hands. Go!
Michael Todd with an enormous drive. Tries to reverse off the start. He went to the well for the inside technique and couldn't get any purchase there. And I'll tell you what.
Go!
Just go and pin it. I know, but I want to see it.
There we go. All over.
Never been.
And go! Winner. And go! And go! Winner. 2-0. Devon. Let go! Let go! Open your hand. Come and go! Come and go! Yeah! Winner. 2-0, Devon. Come and go! That's it. Come and go! Yeah! Come and go! Oh, no! Oh, yes! That was, you stopped it though. Let go! Yeah! Watch the elbows, okay? No, just watch them. It's okay.
You're getting tired. Come through it. You might as well.
Devon, 1-0. Devon. Here you go!
No. Get it. It was way better. Complaining and complaining.
What did you see? Go! Good match, Devon.
I fucked that one.
Go! Look at your hand, buddy. Just look at your hand, okay? Whoa, careful.
Powerful.
Let's go!
Same as before, right? In there, get right down there.
Last man standing. He did pretty good.
Winner. Blast it. Go! It's over. It's over.
I'll show you.
Give me that little, just a little bit more. I need a little more, Devon.
Here we go.
This way it's turn. Ready, go! Ready, go!
Oh, Devon just holding himself in. Looking comfortable. What can you do?
Don't butt your hand back, Yannick. Come on, Yannick.
Talked about my training very much for the past 6 weeks because I know that everything I do, Michael will copy it. And even though Michael is a hell of an arm wrestler, I didn't want to teach him more while he's getting ready for the match with me. But basically, what I did for the past 6 weeks was conduct an extremely standard taper. And today, so 8 days from the event, this is my last run through. And you see me doing basically just one set of, around 50 in each exercise. It's really just blood flow at this point. Just keep fluids moving, keep everything feeling good. Absolutely no strain whatsoever. My goal, my highest priority showing up to the match on the 28th was to feel as little pain as possible in any of my joints. I wanted to have as little inflammation in all my tendons as possible so that I'll be able to move quick and transition and bring my joints into play without any hesitation. So you've seen me already do rise, grip, roll. Here you see me doing supination. Basically, I go through all the exercises. And this is what I've been doing for the past 6 weeks. Basically, I went from a very, very high volume of exercise. So, like 2 or 3 fairly good workouts every day of significant volume and intensity. And that kind of got up to a point where it was pretty good. So basically after my table and rehab session, I was actually quite inflamed, quite beat up. So the first part was just a lot of volume. And then over the course of the next few weeks, I got up to, somewhat respectable weight, but in no way was I hitting PRs or doing anything super progressive, as my only goal was to show up in the best shape possible. And I didn't intend on breaking any new ground over the last 6 weeks of the period. I just wanted to bring everything to maximum health. And really that's the goal of a good taper: blood flow and a really big return to health. Yeah, so this here is one of my absolute favorite exercises. You know, it's definitely you know, a rolling through the thumb, pronation, outside. So it's not internal stabilization, it's external stabilization, which is a great place to initiate a top roll. I think that when you're training your arm wrestling, you should try and focus almost as much externally as you do internally, because they're both completely valid options. This is the first time in I don't know how long that I've really thought about bringing health back to my elbow by the incorporation of tricep. Since my elbow surgeries, my ability to push and use my tricep has been super limited. But over the course of the last few months, I've really purposefully been just trying to make my tricep healthy. Not anything crazy, just, you know, fluid through, lots of movement, lots of mobility, good consistent amount of activation and stimulation through the joint, and it's been really successful. I have brought health back to my tricep over the last couple months. Yeah, but from this point forward, it is maybe a tiny bit more cardio, maybe a few walks, maybe some stretching, maybe some mobility work, but really just a lot of visualization of me cracking back the wrist of the world champ, Michael Todd. Got my COVID test today, so it should be green lights everywhere. Yeah, a lot of this stuff has been just a return to basics. Basic elbow flexion, basic tricep extension, cupping, rising, rolling, supinating. These are just the base. They should be the base of every arm wrestler's training regimen. Throw some grip in there. My good buddy Don Poissant, early in the cycle, I was having some back issues. I threw up my back, I think in like February. And one of the things he told me is he said, you got to hang every day for like 3 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. So I started to do, you know, 6 rounds of hanging every day. And, you know, I'm not killing myself. I typically just hang for like 30 seconds. Just, again, just for the stimulation. So much of training, you don't have to break yourself. You don't have to push yourself to failure all the time. If you are just consistently telling your body what it has to do over the course of a few weeks, a couple months, the changes in mobility and pain are super significant. So, yeah, I think it made a difference. I think this may be one of the best forms of my entire career. And it's been all right hand training for a year and a half.
Ребята давно знают друг друга, между ними приятельские отношения, но за столом друзей нет. За столом только соперничество. Победу одержит армрестлинг во всем мире. Ну, эта версия, она как бы имеет место быть, но я думаю, кепка Аврора не оттуда. Да, Виталий. Победу одержит Виталий Лалетин. Победу одержит Виталий Лалетин. Аплодисменты. И не заметить, как один из спортсменов загнул здесь.
Там идет что-то.
Да, друзья, пока идет поединок, я прошу вас обратить внимание, как борется Виталий Лалетин. Это верховая борьба.
Мне кажется, судьи дело это не имеет.
Не, не превышен. Разница не в том, что можно не превышить. Мне хочется прилагать, вот как правильно было.
Есть еще порох? Есть порох, порох не есть. Нет, это не годится. Наконец-то добрался до жесткой руки. так пробуем в домашних условиях Дмитрия Трубина дома. Как говорит Дима, разогреем связочки. Разогреем.
Я боюсь, что этой тренировки стол не выдержит.
Плечевые связки тренируем. Все это очень важно в армрестлинге.
Вот он, чуть-чуть ниже. Чуть-чуть головотроина, до 90 выглядит.
Я думаю, статически грузится и плечевая. Чуть-чуть подави, выше. Вот, отлично, отлично. А, задрожало же. Ну, Виталий, дизельный двигатель немножко попозже. В руках Лалетина все эти тренажеры смотрятся такими маленькими, дерзкими. силовую, а уже просто выносит.
Совместно будем делать упражнение подъем на бицепс сидя. По дыму хорошо будет. Я уже старенький, но надо медленно делать, чтобы ничего не оторвать. Или не сломать. Сколько вес? 35, да?
Подражание. Он дома зарядку каждое утро так, с таким весом делает.
Я выиграл. У нас сейчас ноги 47 килограмм.
Как Виталий сделает таз. Это ему сильно маленькая 30-душка. 50-килограммовая есть здесь?
А 50